Morning, everybody. It is Monday the 3rd. Excuse me, it's Tuesday the 3rd. I forgot about the holiday yesterday. Still in the, it's been, this is pretty much the first day after the holiday break, Christmas and New Year's, and we're now back into actual trading. So I'm guessing that volume will probably be fairly light today. It's about 9:21 Eastern Standard Time. And currently, we're looking at the pound USD, but right now, I did some history loading my history on or downloaded some MT4 history, and it kind of messed up my charts on the Euro US dollar. I'm not really sure how to fix that yet. I'm gonna have to do some research, but as you can see, the gaps here and here, uh, this gap it's just not looking right. This isn't currently where the price is. It's supposed to look like this. This is what the Euro US dollar is supposed to look like, and I'm not really sure why it's looking that way on my charts. If anybody knows why it's the data is all not looking correct, please let me know. All right, so I'll use once we're analyzing the Euro US dollar, I'll use FX choice to do that since my chart seems to be a little bit messed up. Okay, uh, so let's talk about the Euro US dollar first. Um, Actually, before we talk about that first, let's talk about my EA trades that I currently have in. Okay, so right now you can see this is my EA. I'm on a server, our VPS server, and you can see all my trades that closed out before the weekend was done. It was nice. We came out with 1.25% profit from all those trades closing out here. It continued to go down lower. We had a small inside candle here, and it was just barely above our designated level for buying. We had an inside candle, a very weak one here. It did move up slightly, but then it fell right after that. So currently we have 4 trades in. One, two, three, and 4. And then right now it's actually making a pretty good bounce back up. Now I'll need it to go I believe to about this level here in order for me to close out on all positions right about there. So not too much higher to go, about 20 pips or so. And then I should be out and profit another 1 to 1.3% profit once they close out. Okay, so speaking of the EA, I actually have dropped the price on eBay uh, for it. It was pretty expensive at $700, um, but I cut back on that. The reason why is because I was looking at the competition out there. I was looking at there are some decent retail EAs out there, and I know which ones they are. And the reasons why is because I've been around for a while, and so I know how to price my EA and what its value is compared to the best retail EAs that you can buy. And the best retail EAs that you can buy are anywhere from $200 to $300. Now, I think that my EA is better than all of them that I've seen for sale, um, and so that's why I've listed it at about 400, so slightly more. But I wanted to be competitive with the other ones, uh, uh, or decently competitive, and so that's why I dropped the price down to 400, where it will likely stay. Now, how long I will be selling it, I don't know at this point. I've already sold 2 copies, and so far it seems like the users are happy with what they're getting. Um, so I'm also selling, not selling. I'm not selling this as well, but some training. Let me go. So I listed on eBay that I can train you one-on-one. And what I'm doing here is giving you a consultation. It's basically free. It's like 99 cents. A consultation on how I can help you personally. train you to see the charts in a new way, and uh, what I do, how I manage my trades, what I look for. A lot of the stuff that you see in my streams that I will continue to keep doing. But the thing is that my streams, I only go so deep into it because I have an understanding. Now, I'm not saying, okay, now tell me where uh, you see a reversal candle, or now tell me if this is a trend and what direction is it in, without any indicators. Um, so kind of testing you on that stuff and working with you one on one to see if you know what you're seeing. Um, or so you can so I can teach you to uh, see what I'm seeing, basically. Um, and that's what the one-on-one training is for. Now I'll do a free like a consultation, a 30-minute consultation for 99 cents to show you what I can do. We'll talk a little bit about that, answer any questions you have, and then after that, if you want to go further, then I would you'd have to pay for my time. Um, and we can talk about the price for that, and I would charge for the hour. Um, and it's not necessarily for the systems that I'll be sharing with you or the EAs, because if you are stay with me for a certain amount of time, like a particular amount of lessons, maybe like five 1 hour lessons, then I also give you my EA, the one that you saw here. So this one, I'll give you my EA as a tool to help you in profit in your with your time trading forex. Um, and so as kind of like a complement to your manual trading. Uh, and also, I'll stick with you longer than just that. Like once you're done with this training sessions, I don't think that most traders will need more than 10 sessions. And I believe even 10 sessions for the beginning traders, like the beginner traders that don't know anything about trading. I actually uh, trained a stay-at-home mom, and she had about 10 to 15 lessons, 1 hour to 2 hour lessons or training sessions. And I taught her how to, in her first month while I was trading with her, she profited at 9%. It was pretty awesome to see that happen. Somebody that's completely new to trading uh, be able to profit in a market that they didn't understand just a month earlier. So it's pretty cool to see that happening. It was a good experience for me training somebody that hadn't traded at all in the past, didn't know anything about the markets. Um, so so that's just the couple things that I'm doing. Now people may think, oh, Ryan's gone off his rocker, because he's selling this and selling that. Well, you guys know that I had a loss back a while ago. Trying to recoup some losses, but honestly, I feel like as a trader that has a smaller account, you can see, no, this is a demo account, but you can see that I have a $4,000 account. Now you guys know that I can't uh, bring in a lot, like a monthly income off of $4,000 what trading forex in a proper way. What you need is a uh, about 20 to maybe $50,000 in a trading account in order to bring in a decent full-time income of $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Um, and so I'm trying to speed up that process. Now I know I have the skills to do that, and I have the training in the background to make that happen. It's going to take some time. I may have some funds coming in before long in the next few months, in the 50 to $100,000 range, but I need to wait for that time to happen. Um, I love trading, and I want to try to make ends meet, and so that's what I'm doing training for, to help myself and to help you as well. And so with that being said, I'll move on and we'll start talking about the charts more. Let me just make sure that there's no. Okay. Yeah, yeah, not 30 to 50% per month. That would be ridiculous. I mean, that would mean an EA that's sorry, this is from a question from a user. 30 to 50% per month is high risk pretty much on anybody's uh, book in anybody's book. If I said 30 to 50% per month, that is me basically saying you might have one month that's positive, and then you'll blow your account. When you're seeing profits that high, it's likely that an account is going to blow at some point sooner rather than later. Uh, yeah, you're right, Sergeant. Yeah, you need a lot of money in order to profit long term, or bring in a monthly income in trading. A lot of traders don't understand that. Unfortunately, they don't understand the reality behind it. That you do need about a minimum of $20,000, because if you realize uh, that standard or good trader will make 3 to maybe 5% per month, which 5% is on the high side in my opinion. So think about that. What is that on a $20,000 account? Well, if you think about it and just cut it down in simple terms, $20,000 account, 10% is 2,000. So you're talking about if you're making 5% per month, you're only bringing in $1,000. That's why I'm saying that you need likely more than that, because I don't think that most people can live on $1,000 a month, at least right now in this day and age. Um, and so 50,000 is more respectable, where if you're bringing in 5% per month, that's a $2,500 a month income, which is barely passable these days. Um, so yeah, I think that's what you would need. Yeah, is it Krashev? Yeah, some good success. Let me show you what I've had. Man, I can't really show you much about on my Euro charts because like I said, they're a little bit messed up right now. I'm not understanding why they're not looking correct. I did download some history, and you can see this is my order, but it's not looking correct because of the charts being a little screwed up. So you see that's what my chart looks like on Oenda, and I'm not sure how to fix it. I might talk to the broker to see. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is on FX Choice. And you can see that it's looking correct on this website or this chart. Right here it's not, but I had some really good trades, a really good entry on that position where I entered right before FOMC. For those of you that don't know that I did enter uh, back a while ago. That was my big trade. It was entered right here. Oh, geez. Let me hold on a second. I'm having a little technical difficulties here. Okay, so it was entered here right before the FMC statement. I wrote it down. I ended up closing out for profit right about in here before the pushback down, and then it launched back up. So that was back a while ago. I ended up taking about 140 pips, and I haven't traded on the euro since. So the next few trades that I took were on uh, some on the pound yen. You can see first entry here, second, and then third. And then I closed all of them out at the same time for about the 30 pips or 35 pips profit. First entry was here, was down at the support level. I saw the support that was hit multiple times, thought it might go up there. It didn't. Entered on a whole number, which was 43, and it did not go up there as well. It did bounce a bit, but it wasn't enough, and it headed back down. Then I saw this reversal pattern. Now this was a 2 candle reversal pattern. Uh, Something that I haven't taken with you guys before, but it does work very well, where you have a candle that's a bullish candle that shows a market that's indecisive, and the push down has a wick. There is a pullback, a small pullback on that one candle, 1 hour candle, and then right after it there was an inside bullish candle. So that there was my indication for another buy, and so I did buy there, and it did jump up from that point. It was a really good 30 entry that I was happy about. Sure. Let me give you a link to my FX book. Now, I don't have my account, this account up and running, but I do have one that you can see. This is an account that's strictly running the EA that I have that I'm selling. I feel really bad selling. I feel like I'm selling out here um, in trading, but this is my EA. I have it running on a VPS. You can see that the drawdown, it says it's 13%, but it was more on my chart. It was about 21 or 22%. At least that's what it was showing me. Um, and that's when all these trades entered. So the 7 trades. And because of my margin of 50 to 1, I couldn't enter more trades above here, which means I would have gotten out of this trade earlier. It's okay. I understand the risk involved with using my EA on a $500 account. Now, I recommend using it with $1,000, although 500 it is the minimum, but 500 is the highest risk level that you can use with the EA, and that's what I'm doing. I'd rather use it with 500 than 1,000, and use the extra 500 for my main trading account, at least for right now. I'm actually considering putting the EA on with my large account. Why haven't I done that already? The reason why is because I want to do manual trading too, and I want to show this account as strictly the EA. And that's why I'm kind of separating the two. A lot of people are thinking, well, why are you using your EA with 500? If you think this is such a good EA and you're selling it for $400, then why are you not using it with your main account? Because, like I just said, I want to trade manual as well, and I don't want to ruin the stats by trading manually on top of that. And when I say ruin, I just mean adding more profit onto it, because typically I don't have a lot of losses, and I've made some changes to try to correct the losses that I've had in the past. Okay. So those are the 2 trades I took, 3 trades I took there. I also took one here on the AUD last week. I was pretty happy about this trade. This is with the trend. Um, and so if you scroll down or go out on the 4 hour, you'll see that I did take this with the larger time frame, and also on the daily, you can see here the move down. Um, so I'm taking trades with the trend right now. I also take some counter trend trades, but I look for less profit. This is a pretty good example for what I'm doing now, and taking some with the trend. Now this is near a whole number, which was the 72 level, um, and I saw inside candles here, reversal candles here, and I waited a little bit longer until there was until I saw a whole number level there, and so I decided to enter the trade here. It did shoot up a bit higher, and then it pushed down. So why did I exit here? Well, I saw that there was previously a support level here, and when it pushed down, I saw the first bullish candle after many bearish, and then I saw the inside candle right after the bullish inside. So a pretty good 2 candle reversal there forming, and so I decided to pull out of the trade. And you can see I basically guessed, and I say guessed because it's still a guess. I guessed the bottom of that channel, and then it pushed back up from there, which it currently still is up there. Okay, so uh, I was pretty happy with that position. All of these have been lower risk. They haven't been like the high risk one that I took before. Um, and I'm not sure if I've taken any more since then. Oh yes, I did. I can't show you that one because my euro chart is messed up. I took a couple of trades on the pound, or 1 trade on the pound. You can see I didn't want to hold this over the weekend. It's right here. I entered off of the it was on the trend. It was with the larger trend on the pound USD, um, which I was happy with. But the thing is was here is that we were close to the close of the weekend, and it was the new year, and it was still the holiday, and we were just about to hit 2017. I didn't want any beginning of the week or late session on Friday volatility causing me to be in not a good position on this trade. So I actually closed it out with just a few pips profit. And you see that it was actually a good entry. It was a good entry at this point. But you could say that I got scared out of the trade because of being cautious. So I also took one on the Euro US dollar around the same time, which is that's not looking right. I'll show you where it was on the chart here. So we had an inside candle. We had an inside candle here. We had one here as well. And so I entered right in this area. Now, again, got scared out of the position because of holding over the weekend, but you can see that it would have been a really good trade to hold. Um, but why did I take this? Now, it's not just the inside candles that I saw here. It's because I understand this is this huge push up. Uh, Nobody knows what that was really caused by. They think it was caused by low liquidity in the market, which is very possible because since being in the holiday, and so it caused this huge spike up. And I thought that it was kind of a fluke. It was a guess again, but I understand taking from my background in research and looking at what the bias of the market is. I understood that there wasn't any reason for this spike. There was no reason for it. I mean, I know that happens sometimes when things happen that they don't have like, any backing or reason behind them. But I understood that the USD is still going to continue in its strength. Why? Because nothing has really told it otherwise, at least yet. The USD still has a very strong outlook uh, for buying. So that's why when I saw these, I immediately thought that this could be a really good opportunity to get in at a great price, which is possible why this happened in the first place. Uh, some some big hitters decide that they're going to push up the price in a big way so they can get in at a better price up here to push it down, back down. That happens sometimes, and it's obviously the manipulation side of the market. Um, and uh, and so that's kind of how I'm feeling like this happened was just a reason for people to jump in at a better price to push this back down down to the support level at 104 1.04. Okay, let me check to see what we have a lot of comments coming in. Sorry guys, hold on. Uh, Okay, so your Oanda charts have been messed up as well. Okay, so it might be an Oanda thing. Oh shoot, sorry, I forgot to put the the MyFX link in for you, Kashev. Hold on. Whoops, shoot. Okay, there we go. So you don't trade manually. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I do trade manually. I just I'm trading on two different accounts. I'm thinking that you get uh, you get the point now. EAs suck balls in long term. Yeah, I'd like to talk about that for a little bit. You're so right, Krashev. You go on use eBay as an example. You go on eBay and you see that there's a lot of EAs for sale, right? And most of them have show you just a particular period of time where they're really profitable. Oh, this it made $20,000 in 1 month, and and don't get suckered into that stuff because it's they're just showing they're what what are they cherry picking trades or time periods that were really profitable. Now, what I want to show you is is a statement, if I can find it. Okay, now I understand that backtests only mean so much because backtests don't really guarantee future performance. But the most important thing about the backtesting with my EA is that it actually, well, this one says it's run from the year 2000 to 2016, 11/25. That was the last biggest backtest I did, and actually this backtest took a week because it just pulled so much data. Um, but it actually runs from 1994, so 1993. So basically, since Oanda started logging its euro pound data, and it hasn't lost. It hasn't lost since data began. The EA does do 30 to 50% per month, per year, per year. I mean per year, not per month. Um, and it hasn't lost. But doesn't mean that it's going to never lose, though. It just means that it's pulled 24 years of euro pound history. So all of the patterns that have happened in that time frame, it's able to withstand them. It's able to profit with that history. Um, so that means something. It means that over 24 years of history that the EA has been able to manage to profit, which means that the markets can change. It can change, and things that haven't happened in that 24 years period can happen in the future. But we're hoping the idea is that the market will stay within those bounds or somewhat in those bounds that happened over the last 24 years. Um, and so, and the EA uh, is able to work with the behavior of this pair of the euro pound by utilizing its ranges and um, in its behavior. So what I mean by the ranges, the euro pound is one of the pairs that range the most out of pretty much any forex pair on a consistent basis, and that's what this EA tries to capture, is that ranging type of movement um, that it brings. So. If you have any more questions, let me know. I don't want this to be all about the EA or anything like that. Because I'm not too interested in selling it. That's why I have put the price so high, is because I only want to sell a couple of copies of it. But these streams aren't supposed to be necessarily about the EA, but though I do like showing the performance of it because it looks pretty good so far. I mean, we've only been in 2 months, um, but these streams are supposed to be for talking about the markets, what trades are good, and so on and so forth. So let's get back into that now, unless there's more questions. Let me see. I've been short you on US dollar CAD, but looks like the USD gaining some power. Uh, let's see. So the USD has been gaining some power since the opening of this week. Uh, if you like to say that, when did the week open? Okay, so it did open slightly lower, and we've moved down 148 pips, which is kind of a lot, actually. But keep in mind this area down here, it's we had an inside candle right there, which is unfortunate. I'm just talking so long that this was a really good entry, and unfortunately, you guys just missed out on the counter trend opportunity because I was yapping my ass off. So here we go. This level is obviously strong. It's the 1.04 level. Now, a lot of people might be scared to actually take a counter trend at that level, but it has moved down so much in that time frame that this is an obvious place for a potential pullback, and that's what we're getting right now. What's crazy, guys, is that I can actually have uh, a really good um, insight into when things like when the market will reverse, and pretty fast. A lot of times you guys won't actually know that this is bouncing here until it's too late. But I typically will enter trades after, right on, right before this actually starts moving. So you see the big push here, the push down to the 1.4 level. You see, let me zoom in even closer. You see the wick candle here, the wick candle here. These are both bearish candles, yes. But then you see the inside candle that also has a wick on it as well, and it's also slightly bullish. And then this means that the potential push up. Now, how far will it go? Let's let's try to figure that out. Um, so we're going to look at the next support resistance areas, or the nearest ones, to see if we could try to figure out how far it will go. Now, the next obvious spot is, to me, is the 1.043, and then the 1.046 or 67. That this level has been really difficult for the euro to break. I mean, it did break here, but this has been a pretty strong level in the past. So I'd imagine that first take profit option should be here. If you're really gutsy, then go for here. I mean, technically, guys, you could break in, you could jump into the market now if you want to do the pullback, but you would have missed out on already 11 pips. Now, the thing is with this trade, that since it is technically a counter trend trade, even though these levels are strong for a continuation of the trend happening at those points, it's, I don't know, I wouldn't hold on that long. I would probably hold this position for 20 or 30 pips max, because it is a counter trend position and there is a lot of selling pressure on the US dollar right now. Um, so if I were to jump in right now, I'd probably only hold this for another 10 to 15 pips. So uh, for me, I'm not going to jump in on it. Okay. So let's move over to the pound. Pound's been in a downtrade. Actually, let me finish with the comments. Yeah, Krashev, backtest mean you know what you have been amazing about. So basically, you're saying that backtests have shown amazing results, but live testing does not show great results. Let me show you something that's pretty interesting. Okay, so since I've been trading this for a couple months, right? Okay, I'm going to use the settings that I'm using on my VPS server, and I'm going to do the last couple months. December. I'll show you December and what that looks like. This is just with control points too. That's not displaying right. I didn't have some of my options right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me pull this down. Okay, so let's compare the results here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 trades, right? That looks exactly how it does on my live statement here. Okay, now let's back up a little bit. Let's do my trades just before that, because I'd also traded in November as well. I think the later half of November. So I had two trades here, here, right? Just single trades. Now, sorry, this is my VPS server, so it's a little slow. Oh, and it's still scrolling too. Come on. Sorry to make you wait, guys. But I want to show you that backtests do have some merit. It depends on the EA though, um, and really who's selling it. Uh, so you have these two trades. So here's trade, one of the trades that my EA took here. Also took it here. I took this one. I think I was in the market then. Okay, so I took trades at the top of the channel there, and it shows just one trade. The reason why it just shows the one trade is because it also was in a basket of trades just before that. So it only took the one trade in the back test, just because I started taking trading the EA in this at this time. So you can see that the back tests are not completely accurate. Now I'll give you that, but they do show you overall pretty close to what you'd be seeing in live performance. As you can see, that this in particular is just about right on in the back test, and that's not even in a every tick test. That's in a control points, so that's not even very accurate at all. But it shows you the overall positions what would be coming in. All right. So back tests do have some weight to them. How much? It's hard to say, but I do believe that they do pull a 90% accuracy rating with that particular broker that you're testing them on. Uh, so let's move on back to the charts. All right, so I'm looking at you see me using an indicator here. It's a pretty good one. It's not bad. It shows you just some places that you might want to buy or sell. I'm not really looking too much at it, just testing out different things to see what I can make for with EAs. Uh, let's see. The overall picture on the pound is down. And like I said before, I kind of missed out on my opportunity of holding a position over the weekend, and it's going to continue to fall. Now, because the USD strength is still heavy against the pound, I would guess still continue to fall lower and test potentially this 1.22 area. Okay, so what trades are good now? Um, I don't see much going on the USD Japanese yen. There was maybe a reversal candle pattern up here, but that would be a counter trend trade. Not the best option. I haven't liked trading this pair. It's been kind of all over the place, up and down in a bit of a range. It is on its way back up. Not good for any trade right now, though. Not good for a pullback, and not good for a continuation. For a continuation, I would wait for this to fall down a bit more, at least to this area, maybe before entering on a continuation. Um, but that's a long time before now. Okay, the pound, the euro pound. I do think that this could be on its way back up here. We did have I think that either is close to an inside candle or it was an inside candle. It's pretty dang close. It's not quite an inside candle, but there is a reversal pattern that is potentially in the making right here. And I am in my EA trades right now, waiting for that to pull out. getting some lag there. Well, I'll just have to wait for that to load. Okay, the euro Japanese yen. Um, this is kind of like a volume indicator. It just shows me price, what price is doing. Um, and not a whole lot going on here. Has been in an uptrend. Really good entries here on the 4 hour, and also here. There's two inside candles right at the support level here at 121, right near 128 or sorry 1.22, and it did hold here. I don't think I entered a trade there because I was in on another pair. Let me just double check. No, I didn't enter. Great good trade on the 4 hour. There was no entries on the 1 hour in here though that I see. But on the 4 hour definitely. Uh, so now not great to trade. It did push up quite a bit from there. It came back down a bit, and it's using that area as potentially another support for a bounce. I don't feel like it's strong enough. I wouldn't enter here. I don't like that entry. I didn't think it pulled down enough in order for it to continue bouncing up. It's likely that it could. I don't like the way it looks, and so I would stay out. Uh, Here is a inside candle. Now this happened before the weekend was over, so not great holding this type of trade, but it was the first real reversal candle that I saw. So we went up. It did use this as a resistance, pulled back down, went back up, hit that same resistance point again, inside candle right after, and then it pulled back down. All right, uh, that was pretty nice. But like, again, over the weekend on Friday, not great for taking the trade, although it did move down quite a bit, a good 35 pips before the into the close of the week. So right now, still not great for a position either. I would want this to at least go back up to that same level again, and then with the potential to bounce back down. Right now, it's right in between the lowest support level here at the moment, and it's not really close to this peak either. So not a good place to enter on the AUD/USD on the technical side at least. Uh, there was I think this pair has been on the uptrend. Am I right? Uh, it has been. Excuse me. Um, it has had a pretty big pullback here. Uh, and the entries were are similar to the ones I took on the AUD/USD. There wasn't much except for here on the 1 hour. Wasn't anything I see here. And it launched up. Now, there was this little inside candle for the potential for this to bounce back down from there. It's kind of a fake out because it's right at the the resistance here, with the potential for this to bounce back down. It's possible I could have been faked out of that. This would have been a counter trend trade against the trend, so it would have been difficult to take that position. But if I wasn't in on trades on the AUD/USD like I was, I would have potentially thought about it. Why? Because we're looking at the swing levels here. This one was broken, new swing level low, potential for this to continue down and break this area too. But that didn't happen. It found support and bounced way up. So in this case, we would still potentially be in this trade with a negative of about 63 pips, it's not bad. There's still a lot of areas for this to turn around. In particular, the 85, 85.7 level, which is the next, at least when it comes to price action, a decent area for this to continue back down. But remember that this is on the bigger picture on the 4 hour and 1 hour and daily chart. This is still on the upside, at least in the recent memory since June, since the summer. Okay, so we're going to just cover a couple more. I'm only going to go for another 5 minutes or so, and that's going to be it for today. Uh, and right now, I'm not going to talk much more about the actual pairs. I'm going to just see if there's any good positions to bounce into before I leave. Uh, right now, I'm not seeing much. The only one that I would consider is actually on the CAD Japanese yen. And this is unfortunately a counter trend trade. Now the CAD Japanese yen has been on a pretty big push up, which is a little dangerous. But a really nice reversal candle here. Now let's talk about that really briefly before I go. The reversal candle is with a wick. It made a new high of the previous candle. It also closed well below the open of the previous candle. It was a nice bearish engulfing reversal candle. Well, honestly, obviously that didn't quite work instantly. That doesn't mean that it can reverse anytime up here and go back down. But this to me is probably still the best trade opportunity, even though it's counter trend. And if we're looking at levels, we're seeing one here. Now that's where we got this candle here in this level, and a break of this level, a candle close. So if this candle potentially right now closes above that line, so the 88,175, or even just the whole number 88 in general, then this could continue to break up. But if it closes below, which has still about 50 minutes left, then if it closes below, that means that this level could potentially be holding, and we could have a pushback down. I am actually going to take this position, I believe, and just to show you, I mean, it's counter trend. I'm only going to look for a few pips. Yeah, I'm gonna take this position. I'm actually only going to look for 20 pips on this trade, and because it's against the trend. Now, if this was a trend trade, I would hold on to this for maybe 30 to 50 pips, depending on what I'm feeling. I'm going to get rid of the red line, and I'm going to watch that level. I'm going to watch how price behaves at that level. If it decides to break above in a big way, so we're talking about a good 20 or 30 pips above that level, I may end up closing this out in small loss. I'm not really too keen on holding a position against the trend, especially if a candle like this breaks through. Now, why don't I just wait for that to happen? Because it's at a really good level right now. Honestly, I really like where it is. I feel like it could really pull back at that point and then continue back down. So I'm going to take the risk here. I mean, it's not a big risk. It's only 0.3 lots. So it's very low on the account. And before I go, oh yeah, actually, I'm going to enter a second position. Up at the next support level. Now this support level is here and here, so I won't only enter one trade for both those levels. Okay, so I'm going to be watching this. It's already breaking past slightly, but we still have a long time in the hour left to see if it pulls back. All right, and then next, guys, looking at Rinko charts. Now, I've been avoiding Rinko charts for a long time, just because they're a little bit annoying to set up. But I have found something. You know, if you guys are looking at YouTube a lot for different strategies or ideas, and I saw this.
The future of trading is here.
That's really loud. So this is some guy that I think he's selling his EA as well. I mean, and his idea is turning $200 into 20 million. That okay, that's ridiculous. All right, it's ridiculous. Um, and he also shows you in a specific time frame or frame of time where the EA does really well. But the thing is that when I see stuff like this, I also can see how the EA trades because of, I guess, my background in trading in general. Um, I know what he's using here, and I know how he's doing it. I've also researched and figured out how he's doing it and why. Um, and I see a lot of potential with this. Now, I don't know if I see 200 to $20 million in potential, but I do see that this trade strategy looks pretty good. Um, and just by watching this test, just this, I can figure out what he's doing. Maybe you guys can as well, or some of you can. But it looks pretty strong. So what I've decided to do is I'm already starting to program this into my own EA. Now, how much I can use this, if it's long term, if it's short term, I don't know, but I see the potential here in the worthwhile to create an EA out of it. Um, and yes, it is based on Rinko charts, and it's based on and it will look something like this. You see the trends here. You guys might know Rinko charts, but it's a specific setting with the Rinko to give you this kind of pattern, which I feel like it could show some pretty good results, at least in EA form. So let's go back to our trade before we close out and see how it's going. Still not really moving too much. And until next time, guys, I think that's it for today. Let me just make sure that there's no more questions coming in. Nope. And I'll see you tomorrow for an update on this trade. And also on the Rinko and how things are going with that. Now, I actually took a, a position on the Rinko to see how things would go, and so far so good. All right, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.